Hello, let's continue our Sudoku adventure with Shouting Through the Fog by Randall. So we have normal 6x6 Sudoku rules, meaning in every row, every column, and every 2x3 box, we are placing the digits 1 to 6 exactly once each. Now most of this grid, except for this cell, is covered by fog. That's why it's gray. You cannot see what's behind the fog until it's revealed. So there could be lines and digits and whatever else under the fog. Our rules tell us what we can expect to find. But the way we reveal fog is by getting correct digits. So if this is correctly a 2, I'm going to use a small digit so that I don't accidentally reveal anything. But if this were correctly a 2, it would reveal the cell the 2 is in and all adjacent cells. So in total, it could reveal up to 9 cells by placing a digit in a correct digit in the fog. Now that does mean you could just like spam 1 through 6 on here and go, this digit is a 6. Puzzle's easy, and move on to the next one. That is not how you're intended to solve the puzzle, and you're just cheating yourself out of actually solving the puzzle if you do it that way. So we do not do it that way. All right. We also have green lines in the grid. You can see an example here. Adjacent digits on a green line, and we know this has to extend here because you can see it doesn't terminate. So it has to go through this corner. So it is going to hit this cell. So adjacent digits on a green line have a difference of at least 3. So if this was a 2, this could be 5 or 6 because both of those digits are at least 3 away from 2. All the other digits are 2 or fewer away from 2. If you subtract the big digit from the small digit, you're going to get 2 or smaller. All right, so a 2 would be next to a 5 or a 6. We also have these digits outside the grid. They are not covered by fog, so you can always see them. These are the only 2 clues that are like this. These are X-sum clues. And so both of them are 12. And so what that means is you take the first digit that's next to it. Whatever that is, say a 4, that means you need to take that, including itself, 4 cells starting from the clue. So in this case, these 4, and their sum will be 12. So if this was a 3, then these 3 would sum to 12, including the 3. If it was a 5, then these 5, including the 5, would sum to 12. All right, and that's X-sums, and that's all the rules. There is a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself, and I'm going to get started right now. Let's think about 12. So 2 is obviously too small, because I'd have to do 2 plus 10. 10 is too big. 3... that would mean that the total of these 3 cells would be 12. And so, but we include the 3 in that, which means these 2 cells would sum to 9. And that is very doable, but it would be 4, 5, or 3, 6. If this was a 4, then these 4 cells add to 12. This would already be 4. So we would need 3 cells adding to 8. So there's 2 ways to do that, but we wouldn't have the 4 available. So there's actually only one way. It would be 1, 2, 5. We're not going to be able to do 5 because 5 digits at minimum sum to 15. So this is 3 or 4, and this is 3 or 4. Now that we know this is 3 or 4, this German whisper line is limited because the 3 can only go with a 6. So the only digit that's 3 away from 3 is 6. 4 can only go with 1. So 3 and 4 are special digits for German whisper lines because they only have one possible buddy. Now, this being 1, 6 doesn't help me too much on the German whisper line, but it maybe helps for the 12. Because if this was a 1, let's see, do you want to think about the 6 maybe? Because if this is 3, I said we could do 4, 5, or 3, 6, but with this being a 3, the 3 is already used. So if this is 3, this would have to be 4, 5. So 3, 4, 5 is the only way that works in 3 cells. Because you can't do 3, 3, 6. Because the 3 uses up 3. The remaining 2 digits need to add to 9. There's only 2 ways to add to 9 in 2 digits. 3, 6, which we can't do. The 3's gone. Or 4, 5. But we can't do 4, 5 because this is 1 or 6. So this is not a 3. This is a 4, and we get our first reveal. Okay, so now that we know this is a 4, these 3 digits need to add to 8. Because 4 is already gone. So to get to 12, we need 8. And you cannot use a 6 in a 3-cell sum to 8. Because you have to do 6 plus 1 plus 1. So this is a 1. And that makes this a 4. Nice, we get our first digits. This is just 5 or 6. Now, 4 digits, again, 4 digits adding to 8. 4 digits adding to 12. These 3 need to add to 8, can't use a 6. So this needs to be the 5. And these 3 digits need to involve a 1, and the 1 can't go here. Because the only way to do it is 1, 2, 5. So that's going to be the 1. And that's going to be the 2. And then that's going to be a 5. So we get this sum done and this sum done. What am I saying? This sum done. These two cells are 3, 6. The rest is going to be lines in Sudoku. We've fulfilled our x sums. This is going to be 3, 6. Okay, so 5 is going to go down to 2 only, because it can't be 1. And 3 is too close to 5. So this is a 2. And now 2 is way too close to 3. So this is going to be a 6, and that's a 3. So this whole row's done. Now this is going to be a 3, 6 pair. This is going to be 2, 4, 5. That's not a 2. Oh, interesting. Can this actually be a 2? Because the next to it on the line from 2, the only options are 5 and 6. And 5 and 6 are gone. So this cannot be a 2. It's 4 or 5. 4 would have to go with 1. 5 would have to go with 1 or 2. So we can't actually reveal that yet. What can we do here? This being 3 or 6, the 3 would force a 6, but we can't, because there's a 3, 6 pair here. So if this was 3, the only digit that goes with it is 6, but 6 would be gone right there. So this is our 6. That's our 3. Now with 6, you can do 1, 2, or 3, but 2 and 3 are gone, so we need the 1. The rest of this box, the 5 looks down. That's our 5. And then this is 2, 4. And this 2 tells us the order. That's 4, that's 2. Rest of this row is 5, 6. The 6 tells us the order. Down here we have 1, 3, 4. It cleans up a little bit. All right, so what's left here? This being 1, 2, is that? It feels like the only piece of info I've got. We have some Sudoku, so 6s look up. 6 is in one of these two. There's probably something obvious I'm missing. 5's in one of these two. 4 is in one of these two. Is there something with that? If this was 4, this would be 4, making this 6, making that 5. And that would be 1. I mean, that it's forcing, but see, if this is 5, this would be 5, this would be 6, and this would be 4. Interesting. One of these is always 4. If this is 4, then this is 4. So the point is this can't be. If this is 5, then this can't be 5 anymore, so that places 5 in the box, which then places 6 in the box, which then places 4 in the box there. So one of these is always 4, which means this has to be the 1. Now, I don't know if that's needed or helpful, but I saw it. These two 1s do look up, putting a 1 in one of these two. So can we ever put a 3 in here? Is that the problem? I think that's the crux of the issue, is we can't make this 4, 5. Because this is 4, 5. In fact, we can just pencil the rest of this column as 2, 4, 5. So I don't know if that's helpful to pencil, but the point is, if I put anything other than 4 or 6 here and 5 or 6 here, like if I try to put a 3 here, then look what happens. The 4 and the 6 resolve, right? Because this can't be 4 or 6 anymore. So the 6 ends up here in the box, the 4 ends up here in the box. And because the 6 is here, the 5 ends up here in the box, and 4 and 5 break. We can't put a 2. One of these is a 2. So this is only 4, 6. This is only 5, 6. And that places the 3 here, placing the 4, placing the 2. And that reveals, and that now this has to be a 1 because it can't be 2 anymore. And now that reveals that this is a line. So this we know is a 3. 3 has to go with 6. That's 5. That's 2 and 4. That's 4 and 5. Perfect. Okay. Now over here, there's probably a simpler way to do that, but that was fun. This is 6 and 1. That's 3 and 6. In this box, we need a 2 and we need a 3, and we're done. All right. A little tricky at the end there. There maybe was just some Sudoku I was missing. I'm not sure. But that was really interesting how this couldn't end up 4, 5. So this had to be the 5, 6 pair. Or sorry, this had to be 5, 6. This had to be 4, 5. Like the corner marks were interesting in this box and the way they interacted with this being 4, 5. So yeah, really interesting use of this line there. I don't know if that was intended, Randall. Let me know if there was a more intended step there to get past that. Maybe I was just missing something obvious. But I really like showcasing logic like that, even if it wasn't intended. Cool. Well, hope you enjoyed this. And if you did, then why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.